We spent 6 years believing Celestia was heaven, a place where heroes ascend, a reward. But what if that was never true? What if Celestia isn't a paradise, but a system that decides who rises and who gets erased? Because now, after version 6.5, we finally have enough pieces to see the pattern. And it doesn't look divine, it looks controlled. Now here's the thing, Celestia has always been the biggest mystery in Genshin Impact. It floats above Teyvat, silent for 500 years, watching everything. If you're new, this is your full breakdown. If you followed the lore, this connects everything together. Because between the Four Shades reveal, Asmoday's confirmed identity, and the Temple of Space, we are no longer guessing. We are starting to understand. Section 1. What Celestia actually is. Celestia is not just a floating island. It is the seat of the heavenly principles, the force that governs all laws in Teyvat. It controls the archons through gnosis. It defines who becomes a god, and it enforces order. Visually, it's a massive central structure, surrounded by smaller islands, all connected by a ring. And here's something subtle. It moves. Every patch, its position shifts slightly in the sky. That alone tells you something important. Celestia is not static. It is active. But wait, if it's active, why has it been silent for 500 years? We'll come back to that. Section 2. The Four Shades. This changed everything. The heavenly principles did not act alone. It created four entities known as the Four Shades. Istaroth, Ronova, Nibarius, and Asmoday. Each represents a fundamental concept: time, death, creation, and space. These are not archons. They are above them. They attend meetings in Celestia. They enforce its will. Except one. Asmoday. She has been missing since the Cataclysm. Section 3. Asmoday and the Unknown God. You've seen her before. At the very beginning of the game. The unknown god who stopped the Traveler. She calls herself the sustainer of heavenly principles. Now we know her real name. Asmoday, the ruler of space. The one who separated the twins. The one who said humanity was guilty of arrogation. And now in version 6.5, we walk through her domain. The Temple of Space. A place she built as a personal gallery, guarded by beings she created herself. Then she vanished, and her duties were handed to Melanta. Think about that. One of the highest authorities in Celestia just disappeared. That is not normal. Section 4. Celestial Nails. Now here's where things get darker. Celestia doesn't just rule, it punishes. When civilizations grow too advanced, or too defiant, Celestia drops nails. Massive constructs that reshape the environment. Dragonspine was frozen because of one. The Sumeru Desert exists because of another. Entire cultures were erased. Not defeated, erased. This is not protection. This is control through destruction. Section 5. Visions, Gnosis, and Control. Now let's talk about visions. They are not gifts. They are selections. Every vision holder is an allogen, someone with the potential to ascend. But even those who ascend are not equals. They remain beneath Celestia, hovering under its authority. And Gnosis, they connect archons directly to Celestia. That is not symbolic. That is control. So when the Saritsa collects them, she isn't gathering power, she's removing Celestia's grip. Section 6. The Fall of Angels. Before all of this, there were angels. They lived in Celestia, until one of them rebelled, and the punishment? The entire race was cursed, reduced into Seelies, lost, wandering, broken. That is the cost of defiance. Not just punishment, erasure of identity. Section 7. Why Celestia is silent. Now we return to the question, why is Celestia silent? There are two possibilities. First, it is waiting, watching events unfold without interference. Second, it is weakened, damaged during the Cataclysm. And here's the interesting part. In certain regions, like Nod Cry, Celestia disappears from the sky entirely. Not hidden, gone. That suggests instability. Something is wrong. And if Celestia is unstable, then everything it controls is at risk. Celestia is not a reward system. It is a governing force. The four shades are the true enforcers of that system. And the silence we've seen for 500 years might not be peace. It might be the calm before collapse. So the next time you look up and see Celestia in the sky, don't think of it as heaven. Think of it as something watching you and deciding your place in the world. But here's the real question. If Celestia falls, what replaces it? If you want that answer, stay close, because the story is accelerating fast.